What's up, everybody? Welcome to another draft video here on YouTube. My name is Ethan, aka Lord Tupperware. We're doing this on stream and on the YouTubes. Before we dive into the draft here, please go ahead. A couple calls to action here. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. That's the best way to grow the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Click that thumbs up button. All that stuff helps to grow the channel, which we are starting to dive into here full time. All right, speaking of diving into something, let's get into the draft here. No bomb rare here to open, but gotta take the Lords of Limited preview card here, Shimmerwing Chimera. This is one of the best uncommons in the set. Super fun to build around. A really nice reason to be blue. Slots into a number of different color pairs. Beyond that, I don't really love anything here. I mean, you know, I like Wolf Willowhaven more than most. The best common is Omen of the Forge, but I think I just want to slam this Chimera, not passing anything that's of note with blue here other than the Eidolon. So I think this is a good little pickup here. So Chimera, get in. Now we're looking at a pack with the rare missing, so not much to glean. Cards that stick out to me. Heliod's Punishment, kind of cute with the Chimera, actually. You could potentially just keep something locked down for the entire game. Beyond that, there's a Shoal Kraken to stick in blue. Best common for my money is Voracious Typhon. So I think it comes down to Typhon and Punishment. Shoal Kraken is not a card that excites me very much, even though it's like kind of cute with Chimera if you can pick something up every turn and get the extra loot. That's kind of nice, but not something that really excites me all that much. This is tough. I think I'm going to take Typhon. I don't love starting out with 2 4-drops, but I also don't love starting out with a card like Punishment that like goes in a very specific archetype, which I think is an assertive deck, which blue-white can be, and no guarantee that we're going to be blue. I think Typhon's the best card on its own, and I don't think that that I want to take something like Punishment that sort of pigeonholes us into a kind of white deck and has a cuteness with the Chimera. So I'm going to take the Typhon here. Alrighty, well, speaking of cards that are good with Shimmerwing Chimera, there is a Metamize Prophecy and a Starlit Mantle. Also, Deny the Divine, that's just a good blue card. So 3 blue cards I'd be happy with. I am going to grab the Prophecy here to pair with the Chimera, and also just good. Now, probably on average, Metamize Prophecy is worse than Omen of the Sea, but still totally fine, especially in conjunction with the Chimera. I do think Inevitable End is probably the best card in the pack, but a third pick, there's a rare and a common missing, or potentially a foil. Is this a card that I want to dive into black for and fight over black for? No, I think I'd rather take a blue card that lets me stick with my Chimera and feel out a little bit later in the pack if black is a color I want to fight over. And that's something that's going to be in my mind for basically every draft of this format, not against bots. So grab the Prophecy here. Okie dokie. I think this will be just a Witness of Tomorrow's pickup for us here. Got 2 blue cards, both of which are reasonable. Witness going better if we've got more Constellation stuff. This is a card that, you know, is fine. It's just at the cusp of like, it's a little expensive to be able to remove with like a Return to Nature or a Revoke Existence or a Mystic Repeal, but I still think it's good. Fine finisher, fine curve top or whatever, mana sink. It does all things just fine. Beyond that, I think Grove Dancer is quite nice. This is a card that I'm really high on. I'd be happy to pick it up to stick with our Typhon. That probably would be my pick beyond the Riptide Turtle, though I could see taking Turtle here just to stay blue. I think there's value in that as well. Nyx Bloom Ancient, not really a card that I'm considering at all. And Slaughter Priest of Mogus, yeah, we've seen a few of those, but I'm happy with the route that we have at the moment. More red, Dreamstalker Manicore, Final Flare, even Wrap and Aspect. Ichthyomorphosis for me. Get a removal spell in blue. This is what blue gets. You want to deal with onboard threats in blue, you have Ichthyomorphosis and you have One with the Stars. That's what you get. So you gotta be happy with it when you can get it. Now, also, if we get into specifically blue-green, but even just blue something with Constellation, I'm gonna be happy with an Ichthyomorphosis here. So take that. If this weren't here, I might hedge in for a Dreamstalker Manticore. I'm not sure. Might just take a Stern Dismissal, and we shall see if red is what we end up wanting to pair. Like this Voracious Typhon is not something that I'm certainly married to green. Ho 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 ho! Okay, dokie. I am married to green now. That's a 6th pick, Eutropia the Twice Favored, folks. That's real decent. I mean, there's still an Ichthyo in the pack. There's still an Amulet. Archon of the Falling Stars is totally reasonable, but don't know what this is doing here, but it's not going to get past any further than that. We're just going to snap that up, and it's going to be hard to push me off of green right now. Deny the Divine versus Glimpse of Freedom. I'm going to go ahead and take that deny. Oh, we got a sub here. Foil King subscribed. Thank you so much for the first new sub of the day. Much love to you. Folks on YouTube, you can't see that, but I still got to shout them out. Got to shout out that support. Okay, back to this pack. I mean, I do think this is very late for an Agonizing Remorse. I do think Wings is somewhat reasonable, though in blue, you can sort of see it's like not great when you're in blue-green. We're just going to grab this deny here. And nothing much to speak of for this pack. Best card in the pack is probably Hierophant. I don't want Towering Wave Mystic generally, though we do have a Typhon, so self-milling isn't the worst. I am going to take it here just to, like, cut, and also we don't have 2-drops right now. Like, Metamized Prophecy is our only 2, and we're probably at a point that I can start to sort by converted mana cost. I like to sort by picks just to like keep track for myself of like what signals I'm receiving or what things are happening at what point in the pack. But I will take the Mystic, but that's going to start in the sideboard. We do get a Return to Nature, wow, and Temple of Enlightenment wield. I'm going to take the Temple here. You know, I recognize that I do want a copy of Return in this deck, and that honestly Hyrax Tower Scout isn't embarrassing, but I would take a Return over the Tower Scout at this point. But there is still a slight possibility that that this is just our only green card in the deck. So, and you know, white seemed fairly open, so may continue to be so. And also just a single blue splash or a single blue tap land that scries is quite good. Chain to Memory versus Eyes versus Envoy. I think I'm actually going to take Sentinel's Eyes. It's the best card here, and I think, you know, it's quite good with flyers. I think, again, if white is open, we're going to be happy to take it. We're not going to miss a card like Chain to Memory. Deny the Divine Wheeling is great. We seem to be one of the only blue drafters at the table. I'm thrilled to see that. Triumphant Surge has actually impressed me in blue-white decks, so I'm going to snap that up and think about... I mean, and a Flicker of Fate has also impressed me in blue-white decks, so it does seem like we may end up blue-white splashing Eutropes. I'm going to move this Typhon over to the board here and be really happy with where I'm at the end of pack 1, and be really happy with where I'm at the start of pack 2 here with an Nadir Kraken, one of the best blue rares you can open. Thrilled to jam that into our deck. Beyond that, I'd be happy with a Banishing Light. I'd be happy with an Omen of the Sea. I'd be happy with a Metamized Prophecy. I'd even be happy with Omen of the Hunt. So gonna go ahead and grab this Kraken and see where we end up as signals from the left flow. Okay, so this is an interesting spot. Elspeth's Nightmare, far and away the best card in this pack. It is quite possible, because we didn't really send much of a black signal at all, right? We only passed that inevitable end, that Elspeth's Nightmare could be the start of a black signal from the left. If we don't take this, what are we missing out on? We're missing out on a Vexing Gull, which I like quite a bit. I think it's less important with where we're at right now, but it's still going to be good in the deck. And then I guess a Mystic Repeal beyond that, if we thought we were going to be blue-green. I'm going to hedge and take this Elspeth's Nightmare. If black ends up being open from the left, I'll be happy. And if not, I am missing out on a Gull that I would want to play, but Elspeth's Nightmare plus Shimmering Chimera is a wild ride. It's also early enough. We could end up just like base blue splashing if we end up with some amulets. I think the power level of this card is too high to pass up on here. So I'm going to grab that. It's going to go to the sideboard for now, but we will see what happens as the draft progresses. Okay, no green cards to speak of. Relentless Pursuit's not where I want to be at. Brine Giant, not too bad here. 4 enchantments. We want more with Eutropia. The other option is Alseid of Life's Bounty. If we thought we were going, white with, any number of these cards. So I think the choice is between Brine Giant and Alseid. I mean, you know, Soul Guide Lantern is fine. Graveyard Hate out of the sideboard or even in the main deck because it cantrips, but I don't think that's what I want to take over these good looking spells. I think I'm going to land on Alseid of Life's Bounty here. I do like the look of some of our white cards here. I do like the fact that we have, you know, a couple cards really worth protecting. Honestly, 3 cards really worth protecting that I think Alseid could be a good pickup here. So I'm going to grab that. Probably nearing the point where I'm going to be solidified into blue-white. But I don't know. So now I think I'm just going to take Lionfish. You don't have a lot of options of good 2s. It doesn't look like green is flowing, so like stuff like Skull of Grove Dancer, Elysian Caryatid, that's probably not going to be on the menu for us. Lionfish good, Gull also very good, but I think this being uncommon, this being an enchantment itself, this being a 2-drop is going to be a little bit better for us in the long run. Nice, and we get a Threnody Singer here. Very happy with that as a pickup. I wouldn't be mad about ending the draft with a Glimpse of Freedom depending on what our escape life looks like, especially if we are in blue-white. You know, if Sentinel's Eyes is our only escape card, I would like to have something else to do with the cards in our graveyard. But Threnody Singer is another fantastic 2-drop here that I'm going to snap up. Still, but what's great here is that we still don't have to make a decision about what our second color is. Now, this pack may force that issue a little bit, with Riptide Turtle being the option in blue, and green options being Repeal, Forerunner, and Huntmaster. All cards that I would be, you know, pretty happy to run in this deck, to be honest. But I am valuing the flexibility that we have. I would imagine that I can sort of toe the line even going into pack 3 and then have the option again of like, do we open some bomb that's even red? And say, okay, like, do we open a Phoenix and go, we could grab that. I'm going to go ahead and take the Turtle for that flexibility. Okay, now I think the Revoke Existence is important for the blue-white life that I imagine we're going to end up living, but don't know. This doesn't seem like a deck that needs a Karametra's Blessing. We also have the Alseid of Life's Bounty as a way to protect stuff. A Starlit Mantle will also do just as nice as a Karametra's Blessing, and honestly even nicer with the Chimera that we have in our pile. So I'm going to grab the Revoke Existence here. Yeah, I assume we're going to end up in blue-white unless something crazy happens. Now, do I want a second Triumphant Surge? I don't think so. Do I want a Whirlwind Denial? I don't think so. I think if we end up in green, like if for some reason green flows in pack 2, I will want this to test in training. It's quite good with Eutropia and Chimera. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on a ton by passing up on Surge number 2, Denial, or Elite Instructor. So I'm going to grab that. Again, I feel like I'm hedging a little bit. I'm bobbing, I'm weaving. I don't hate Eidolon of Philosophy in decks like this either. Again, triggering a Eutropia is nice. Perhaps we'll have some other applications for it down the line, and then it's something that your opponent has to deal with. You know, I was playing against this last night, and sure, my opponent played on turn 1, but then once they got to like 5-6 mana, then I had to start to think, okay, I need to now deal with this. This is now a card that I have to respect because I can't allow you to draw 3 next turn. All right, Memory Drain, Sleep of the Dead, Unicorn Tactics. Actually, I think I'm going to take Unicorn here over Sleep and Memory Drain. That feels... It's just like this is a pretty formidable body. We don't have a lot of 5s. We are going to have Constellation fairly often. This doesn't seem like a deck that wants... this could be a deck that wants Sleep. The thing that makes me want Sleep of the Dead is when I have... I'll take a Soul Guide Lantern. And finish out the pack here with Bronzesword, Lannon, not bad. Yeah, definitely looking like, unless something crazy happens here. We should also note that we need Traveler's Amulet pretty highly to mitigate the splash of this Eutropia. I mean, Temple helps slightly, but... So I'm just waiting to see what we open in pack 3 before moving these white cards, or some number of these white cards from our sideboard to the main deck. Don't want to open some great green card. Like if we open Cetessan Champion, for example, gonna be, I may start trying to just like claw. Wow, wow, wow. I've never had to make this decision before. Banishing Light versus Staggering Insight. Feels to me like it's Staggering Insight. This card is nuts, right? I don't feel confident. So someone in chat is telling me that we don't have evasive threats to slap it on, and I would beg to differ. Got a couple flyers here, and we have Eutropia that turns things into flyers. Got a Threnody Singer as well. Feels fairly evasive to me. What's our removal right now? Revoke, Double Deny, Ichthyo. I basically never play blue-white, and I never get to play with this card, and I always play against it, and it always wrecks me, so I'd like to try and play with it. I don't feel confident in this pick, but I'm going to take the Insight here. Now, these are interesting options. I mean, Renata is obviously the best card in this pack. Choices between Third Deny, First Mantle, First Wayfarer. Our creature count is quite low, right? 9 creatures at the moment. We can bring in land and we can bring in Glory Bearers. We can do some things to get our creature count a little higher. But I do think Wayfarer is good. Now, Wayfarer it's better when you have omens, not to say that we won't have omens. But I'm sort of feeling like taking a Mantle here, especially with Staggering Insight and Shimmerwing Chimera. I think I want to take Mantle over the Wayfarer here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take Mantle. Seeing some black coming our way. Now we've got a Transcendent Envoy, which I think will be the pick over Stern Dismissal. Envoy wears the Insight well, makes the Mantle a mana cheaper, which is nice. Doesn't do a ton. It triggers the Eutropia. Getting a question about any thoughts to hedging with Renata or in too deep. It feels like after we take Staggering Insight or even Banishing Light, once we take that, plus all the white cards that we have, it's just, our green is too shallow to jump ship for Renata, I think. Now this could be a deck for Sea God Scorn. I don't love taking Nyxborn Courser as a white card. Thaumaturge's Familiar is fine to medium, but I think I'm going to take Sea God Scorn. I don't know if I'll start it. And if we don't, I'm going to be really bummed if we don't end up seeing an Amulet here. Seeing Spinner and Typhon feels bad. I'll just take a Chimera as another flyer. That's fine. I don't mind this being just a 5-mana 3/3 flyer, or 4-mana 3/3 flyer as it stands. Get another Unicorn, another Eyes. Where was this green in pack 1, you know? I don't really want a second Eyes. I also don't really want a second Unicorn, but I think I'd rather have another creature than another way to augment creatures. Pegasus is a great pickup, though. And it doesn't, unless that Amulet from our first pack wheels, which I doubt it will, it looks like we may be either just jamming a couple forests in our deck for Eutropia, or more likely just having to cut it. I do like land in number 2. It does feel like now we're a bit more of a get ahead, stay ahead tempo blue-white deck, which is probably where Sea God Scorn might be best. Not quite into sleep. So this was our opening pack. We can run Altar if we want. Is that something we want? I guess I'm not taking a second Surge, so I can take the Altar here. Wayfarer Wheels, which is nice now that we're feeling like we're a bit more assertive. This is a spot where I would now cut Turtle and look down the line of the kinds of cards that I have. Feeling pretty sad about Eutropia, but feeling like my hands are a little tied. I guess we'll take Field of Ruin for Labyrinth. Well, Altar does nothing for us except help us splash Eutropia, but I think I probably have to give up on that dream. Chimera's Devotion. 23 with a Scryland? I think so. It's awkward to have a 13 creature quote-unquote aggro deck. So I've got questions about Captivating Unicorn, Glory Bearers. Kind of like Unicorn in this deck. I think it's gonna, if we're trying to be a get ahead, stay ahead deck, I think Unicorn good. I agree. I don't think Glory Bearers is that embarrassing. It's a little less good now that we're trying to beat down. So the question is, like last few editions, or I guess last few cuts, Flicker of Fate really only good with like rebuying a mantle, reassigning a Staggering Insight. Don't know about Revoke. Kind of like doing that, like cut Revoke, cut Sea God Scorn, rely on the 2 unicorns to be our tempo plays that also give us beef, and remove the Revoke. I guess I could see Revoke versus Surge. Maybe Revoke is better. Like all of these spells. Perhaps Sea God Scorn is the best of the bunch here. Perhaps we don't play Surge and we do play Scorn at the top. Could get down with that too. Wish we had some, like one Thirst would be nice. That would make me feel a little bit better about a sort of situational spell like Scorn. We're not picking up a lot of our own stuff, right? Basically we're just using this as remove 3 blockers, which I think this deck wants. I think that's what this deck wants. Then we play Temple. 8-8 split. Seems good, if not awkward, with Nadir Kraken. And we'll run it like that and see you for the matches. All right, here we are for game 1 of match 1. We're on the play, and I think we have to ship this hand. It's really not great. I'm gonna pass and hope to find something with some threats, and we did find something with some threats. Probably ship the Witness of Tomorrows. Looks like our opponent also mulliganed. Start with a land. Still get to drag him from MTGA. Opponent down to 5. That's nice for us. So if we hit, whatever our third land is, if we hit it, we should be able to even deploy the Chimera if it's a Plains. And an island, obviously, we can deploy the Kraken on 3 if we want. All right, swamp for the opponent. Pass over to us. Got to make sure they have that upkeep stop. I'm going to play Island here just in case we do draw an Island. I'll probably just run out the Kraken. I mean, yeah, they can have Grasp or whatever, but if they don't have a way to deal with it immediately, then it's nice for us. Agonizing Remorse. That is agonizing. They do take the Kraken. Makes sense to me. I don't need to play Eyes on... I guess there's no reason not to, right? I don't need to play it now to be able to cast the Chimera next turn, but gets in for another point of damage, so it doesn't feel like there's a reason not to do it. And now they're holding up their mana, which could be a counterspell. It could be a Vexing Gull. It could be a Thirst for Meaning. We'll find out if it's Gull right now, I assume. Looks like it is. That's totally fine by me. Although I guess now I can't cast Chimera. Whoopsies. All right. Punt number 1 for this game. Wasn't considering that. So I certainly should have cast this pre-combat. All right, Lionfish. Not the best turn 5 play in the world. Opponent stuck on lands over there. Screw does beat Flood, as anyone knows. Well, they found their 4th land, okay. Let's see what's up here. Is this Mogus's Favor? Elspeth's Nightmare, okay. Okay, that's nice. So now we get to do that. We get to actually grab eyes before they can take it from our graveyard. Rebuild our 4/2 attacker. Make sure their Elspeth's Nightmare is just a 1-for-1 at the moment. Opponent doing nothing on 5. Perhaps this is a final death. All right, again, I'll make this attack. Into a Gull or whatever. And if it's a Gull and they get to take our eyes with the Nightmare next turn, that's not great, but is fine. Not sure what opponent's up to right now. Threnody Singer, okay. You're gonna need more than that. Yeah, just the 3/2 here. I believe I'd rather have more power than a flyer here. But this may be denied. Looks like it will be. Thassa's Intervention, counter. Okay. Cannot pay for it. Opponent down to 1 card in hand. As far as an Elspeth's Nightmare goes, that wasn't the most backbreaking, though. That's quite a 1-2 punch with Agonizing Remorse into Nightmare. It's a real way to ensure that your opponent gets to play no magic. Opponent passes again. There we go. That's a card. All right, I think I will go for the pre-combat Chimera. If they counter this, no, this is a Eat to Extinction or a Memory Drain. I don't know. If they counter this, I think I'll be inclined to put Insight on. Wow, double Thassa's Intervention. Okay. So now I will put Insight on here. Got nothing better to do, right? There's 5 powerful cards we've seen from our opponent. Or should I say even Gull is the worst of the cards we've seen. All right. Get a land. They let us draw here. Ichthyomorphosis. Interesting. Let's scry here. Does it have lifelink or just has when it deals damage to a player, draw a card? I'll top. Might as well attack. have no idea how layering works here. Oh, someone's saying they think this is just a visual bug, that it doesn't actually deal damage. Oh, it's just a visual bug, so it's not going to deal damage. Interesting. Well, then maybe I shouldn't have topped this mantle, but I at least get to attack again. Kill their singer. And have a 3/4. All right, looks like it is just a visual bug. That's still totally fine. Topping the mantle seemed to have worked out well. This opponent finds a witness. Wow. Okay. That's a toughie for us to deal with. Play the Wayfarer and pass. See if they upkeep Scry. Looks like they don't. Myers Grasp. Okay. Have you ever seen such a card? That's stack, though. It's hefty. All right. Now opponent gets to start to scry and hopefully not run away with things. Another scry. Bit of a flood here for us. That's, I think, 3 lands ripped in a row. Opponent gets to dig for action. Wow. I think tables are turned here. Tables are turned. Depending on what they get to find. Just an island, okay. So no escape cards for the opponent. And no luck for us over here. Definitely blocking with the land in here. I would like to have my eyes back. Devourer of Memory, okay. Oh, that's a great little draw. So now, if I go... Oh, they do have my combo, yeah. If Gravebreaker Lamia puts a card from your library into your graveyard, which does in fact trigger Devourer of Memory. But it's too late, baby, now it's too late. So it's a bummer here because what I would like... I need to Ichthyo this. Probably just need to do that. I need to Ichthyo, the Lamia, pump up on Sunmane Pegasus, Eyes the Pegasus, right, we get in for 5 here. No, this is just a scry. This is a Final Death as your last card. Yeah, that is gonna be really tough to come back from. Okay. Not impossible, but very tough to come back from. Yes, we could have cast Eyes again, but I see no reason to do that, considering I don't want to put it on the Pious Wayfarer. There's an Envoy. Again, I'm not going to cast Eyes until I can take advantage of the trigger on Envoy. All right. Devour, pitching Witness. Opponent attacks in for 6. That's fine. Excuse me. All right, Eyes up the Envoy. Wow. Okay. We are getting got here, as the kids say. I feel like now we probably can't do it. We needed to get in for 3 there. Okay, Devour, pitches a Shimmerwing. This is what the opponent can do on a mull to 5. I don't like our chances for game 2. This all can probably stem back to the punt of not playing like the Daybreak Chimera pre. This is fine. Maybe I just should have Sea God scorned these 3 creatures last turn, because now I'm sort of forced to do it this turn. Oh, they just want the Lamia to die. Okay. Classic defensive Sea God Scorn. But now I can't. Now I can cast Eyes next turn. And maybe not die. Maybe get there. We'll see. Land. You have to cast Devourer and Witness, right? And now, is that lethal? How many? They have 9 lands, so that is lethal. So now I can... No, it's not lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pump up the Envoy. Because Envoy can now chump, right? Yeah, pump up the Envoy. Eyes. Envoy now gets in for 4. And how could we win? How could we win? Opponent deciding probably, like, they can double pump and play Seaguard. But double pump doesn't force us to chump, which is important. Feels very unlikely that we can win here. Sure. I was going to say, you're going to give me the option to block here? I'll take it. Vexing Gulls. We've seen double intervention, but we haven't actually seen any like deny the divines or anything. So they're just going to get in for 3, giving themselves the opportunity to present lethal next turn. Seaguard, sure. 1 card in hand. Doesn't do it, right? It's close. It's very close, but not actually going to do anything. I can put him to 1. All right, that'll do. Okay. So we saw a Witness and a Lamia. I think that's probably going to be 1 revoke in. 2 Witnesses. We saw 2 Witnesses? What happened to the first one? Seen 2 interventions. We saw an Eidolon, or sorry, a Shimmering Chimera from them. Flicker of Fate may even be better than Deny. As protection. I feel like we kept getting got there from like tempo, removal. I think I like Flicker just a little better. My thought process to picking Deny as the cut is that a lot of the spells that mattered in that matchup weren't creatures or enchantments. A lot of the spells that mattered were Final Death, Stern Dismissal, Double Thassa's Intervention, Agonizing Remorse, Elspeth's Nightmare. I mean, I guess this deals with Elspeth's Nightmare. Possible that Prophecy is not something we want on the play and we can just keep a Deny in. I think I'm okay with that too. Yeah, I mean, opponent's deck is very, very good. And I made a pretty colossal mistake. At the turn that we didn't cast the Daybreak Chimera was pretty pivotal, but that's why we're here. We're here to learn. Or hopefully that's why you're here. No, it was earlier. I attacked in with Landon of the Lost Pride with a Sentinel's Eyes on it. They flashed in a Gull and blocked. And so then I had no Devotion in play and 4 lands, and I couldn't cast this. Because I was thinking, well, like, do they have Gull or a counterspell? And I sort of did a half measure rather than just deciding about something. And I just honestly wasn't thinking about the fact that if they cast Gull, that I wouldn't be able to cast Chimera post-combat. Yeah, that's a keeper. I'll get that Seaguard's Scorn to the bottom. Drop a Landon of the Lost Pride. Very scary here to play Nadir Kraken into an Elspeth's Nightmare. But I think... So I'm not going to attack into Threnody Singer. Grasp I care less about. Grasp being a 1-for-1 I care less about. I think I just have to do this. If they had Remorse, they'd play it there, right? It's tough when you play against a deck like this. I mean, I could be making mistakes here for sure, but I think that I think I should be playing my spells. That feels good. The fact that that's their answer feels very, very good. So now... This feels like Thassa's Intervention for 1, which would counter the Kraken. So, no, I'm not going to Insight because they could also have Vex and Gull, which would be very bad. I still think they might have Threnody Singer. I'm just going to... I think... We didn't see any denies game 1. We saw 2 Thassa's interventions. So that's why I'm going to peg them on that. My feeling is attack with Land into the Lost Pride. If they want to eat it with Threnody Singer, that means we get to cast Nadir Kraken. Okay, so it is Threnody Singer. They tap here. They eat the land in, which isn't great, obviously. Exile the Dismissal. Replay the Kraken. Another Dismissal. Said they were trying to pay costs. What else is... Whoa! Holy cow. Atris, okay. Yeah, I will give you Lamia face up. The top pile will be presented face up. Yep. Wow, they took land Seaguard. Okay, there's Singer. Now we at least have protection for the Kraken here. No blocks for me. Okay. And now we insight so that we get to attack and draw, make another one. Pretty good. I know that we'll lose the insight if we flicker. But not to that. You can attack in for 4 in the air. Double Stern Dismissal from the opponent. Wow, and there's just nothing. No attacks in the air at all. So they only have 2 mana available. How much power do they have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could use Flicker to remove a blocker, but we still would probably only kill, what, 1 thing? Like, let's say they lined up everything. I guess we could kill Atris and Singer and Flicker the Seaguard or the Witness. That seems pretty greedy to me. And I'm not going to play Unicorn. Wait, did I? Oh, I did pay. Okay, I was like, did I not pay? So I'm not going to play Unicorn to tap out of Flicker here. I'm just going to pass. Labyrinth of Scophos. Wow. Shimmerwing Chimera. Okay. So they could have intervention for x equals 2 here. They are going to attack with Witness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just attacking with Singer. I think this probably has to be a turn where we attack with the Kraken. No blocks. Draw, pay. That's a really good draw. Yes. So now I don't even have to. I can just revoke the Shimmerwing. eyes the Kraken so we have it on blocks. It's not even, doesn't even matter, honestly, if we do. Probably might be better to save it for the unicorn. So I think we just attack. Jump with Atris. And we pass. Well, this has been a really interesting game. Our opponent's deck is obscenely good. The attack for 4. Okay. Yes. And now we have to sort of, we choke them for 5 every turn, so their Thassa's intervention isn't very good. So now we can play Witness and have the 2 mana to pay. Even though we wouldn't, because I think we'd rather have Flicker. Though at this point, do we even need Flicker? Opponent seems a little flooded here. That's a good point. That's a good point, Ivan. Someone in chat just made a point that I should have played Unicorn before Witness because of how Witness would trigger the Unicorn itself. Now I go Kraken. And now more likely than not, Unicorn's going to get countered because they have 2 and I can't pay 4. But I still think I'm going to go for it. Oh, wow. Interesting. Just going for the scry. Okay. Should probably pull up the game log here, see what's going on. Opponent put a card on the bottom there with that scry. Going pretty wide here. Let's I think I'm going to play Chimera Pre to tap the Witness so I can get in with a Witness of my own. I could also just eyes on something here and tap down again and just like smash. Don't think I need to do that. I think I can do that next turn. I mean, I guess I can pick something up next turn too. Probably should. I could have eyes to the Unicorn, which would have enabled another attack. All right, got some. This deck requires quite a bit of thinking, more than I perhaps am giving it credit for. Not gonna tap out of Flicker still. Opponent just scrying again. And putting a card on top. They like what they see, okay? Another Witness, okay? And they still can Labyrinth here. But now we're going to get a number of triggers. So I am going to pick up Insight. Going to pay. Okay. Probably just like Insight. Let's start with eyes, I guess. Eyes on a Unicorn. Tap you. I probably do. Insight. Okay, they're over it. All right. Opponent certainly drew other good cards, but we got there. Sort of surprising. Staggering Insight, a hell of a drug. I suppose Nadir Kraken is too. Now on the draw, anything that we want to consider differently. So cards that get worse on the draw, in my opinion, are cards that like anticipate us being the beatdown. So something like Sea God Scorn, maybe less good, maybe more of a defensive play. They have so many expensive things that I think just like bouncing 2 Witnesses and a Sea Guard is still gonna be a nice tempo play. It still feels like it's maybe not cool. If we can't leverage it with an attack, it's less good, but still feels like it's good. Someone in chat saying that second deny looks really good. And we did take the Field of Ruin for exactly the Labyrinth of Scophos, so that is perhaps a sideboard play we should make. Maybe cut a plains for a field. I don't hate that. Something like Stinging Lionfish, perhaps not as good. Removing threats is worrisome to me. But yeah, I think we saw 2 Threnody Singers. I'm gonna make the Threnody Singers make all of our X1 attackers quite awkward. We don't have a lot to do at instant speed. We don't have anything that cares about. Yeah, okay. I can get down with Lionfish over, or Lionfish out and deny in. Okay. Let's give now. Oh, also we also Triumphant Surge. So Lamia, Devourer. Not much else. I think Unicorn is still good stats. And I definitely don't feel like I have better things to do. Like, at a certain point, how are we winning the game if we're cutting cards like Unicorn? Can suit up their Witness with Eyes. Yeah, to kill it with Surge. I just don't know what I cut for it. Flicker. I still think Flicker is good. Yeah, that's what I think. I think I'm gonna run it like this. Never done the Field of Ruin Labyrinth of Scophos tech, so we'll see how that goes. Well, it's not great in this hand, but I do think on the draw this is a keeper. I mean, we got the Chimera Mantle plan. We have a Wayfarer, which does get to at least attack into some Threnody Singers. All right, 2 blue. I'll smash. Triple blue. This may be unnecessary, but I am going to think for a second to make it look like I'm not just like jamming into Vexing Gull. Opponent finds a swamp, lands a Seaguard. Hope for no final death here. Or Mire's Grasp, or any number of removal spells that our opponent seems to have at the ready. Okay, Sea God Scorn can deal with that down the line. Lampad, all right. That is a yikes of a run out here. No attacks for us. If they tap out for like a Witness. Then I can Scorn back Chimera. Oh, Miss Muffin 7 coming in with a raid with a party of 10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. We're currently recording a draft video for YouTube. Our opponent cracking in with the Seaguard here. Looks like they're also flooding a bit. Lionfish, okay. Oh boy. Yep. I mean, I don't have options here, so I'm gonna just go bounce, bounce, bounce. Assume this gets countered by an intervention. Looks like yes. Yeah. Okay. Not really anything to be done there, I don't think. This is just a little unfortunate. No, I can't pay 4. Gonna take 5. This land pad is providing quite a bit of reach as well for the opponent. There's the Lamia. They still have no escape cards to find. Yeah, this Deny the Divine is a little too late. I'm gonna call it here. I think opponent's got it. All right, welcome to round number 2. This is gonna be a yikes and keep for us. Opponent looks like they're on a mulligan here. You know, we've got interaction if we draw any of our cheapy creachies, like Durkraken. All right, there's a hero. Red-white aggro, probably not a good spot for us to be in. Can drop the Kraken here and hope... I mean, I kind of have to. I mean, like, hope they don't have a blessing. Wow. Yeah, no Irosis blessing one-time dealer. Sure, Fateful End will do it. All right, Shimmy Wing can maybe get us there with an insight. Commanding Presence. Yikes. Okay. So that's gonna get fishied. I can't believe they're not attacking with hero here. I mean, do I just have to trade? Trade, fishy. 5, 6, 7. Next turn, this will swing for 2, 3, 4. Oof, I do have to block, I think. If I don't block, I mean, I can insight and fishy. Or eyes and fishy. No, eyes and fishy don't do it. I think I might have to take it in insight, but I'm not sure that even gets me there. 5, yeah, it puts me to 3. The best draw, no returning. Yeah, okay. Can I attack? I have to. But I think I'm still dead. Go to 7. Yeah, okay, cool. This is just YouTube content to make people feel better about themselves. Like, well, if this dude who plays all the time O2s, shouldn't be that bad for me to do so. All right, I think a turtle, a mystic, like we just got to play a little game of lower that curve. The denies, I think, are not where I want to be at. Revoke didn't seem that bad. We already saw 2 targets in Hero of the Nyx. Thank you so much for the resub, Axum Ranger Red, 7 months. Much love to you. And let's run it like that. So we have 9 blue sources. One of them comes into play tapped. This is another awkward hand where like we have no way to affect the board. I think we have to mulligan. Okay, deck just like really doesn't want to let us play Magic today. Okay, that's a start, hopefully. Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to prophecy there. Like the sooner you get this down, the better. not going to play into Omen of the Forge here. I'll just attack with Leonin and play a Prophecy. Okay, I do want Singer. I don't think I want Turtle. I might want both, but I really want to hit land number 5 for Witness. But we'll be in an awkward spot because if we name Witness and miss that land, I think it's better to just keep this and go top, top, and name Turtle next turn. So we'll go top, top. Like hopefully ambush something with Witness, name Turtle, just main phase the Turtle. That's fine. Iroas's Blessing. Yep, that's something. Okay, choose a name. Riptide Turtle. Land. Think attack. And we Singer the Pilgrim. Flummoxed Cyclops. Yeah. Okay. Turtle first to see what our options are. Wave Mystic Chimera. Okay. So the problem with casting Insight is we know they have Iroas's Blessing. So there's no reason to cast Insight now. We just smash with both. They can't block. We play Towering Wave Mystic and pass. Wrap. Wow. Get wrecked, X1s. Oh, okay. Look at the card. So I know I'm drawing a land. There's no reason to play Eyes, though I could play Eyes plus Insight. To guarantee playing something next turn, but I know I'm going to get to play something next turn. And whatever that thing is probably going to die too. By Eyes and Insight, I at least get to attack for 3, gain 3. Their Blessing is no good here. I think we do this. I know it can block, but I can still gain 3 life. Oh, so they have something else to deal. They had to have the Red Omen here. Flicker the Blessing. Okay, so it's a 2 for 2. Let's go Witness. No blocks. I'm going to actually... Well, first let's attack with Witness. Then I'm going to Eyes the Turtle and play Chimera. So now we have 6 toughness for the Cyclops. Final Flare Blessing to kill Witness. Wow. Opponent really going ham, and then they scried bottom. Playing Hero of the Nyxborn. Yeah, sure. Where's your Wrap in Flames now, buddy? They probably have another one. Yeah, I block. I can actually double block here. Just to kill it. They want Turtle dead, huh? Another Iroas's Blessing. Fine. Okay. I can now give it pro red if they want to block with hero. Or just get him for 4. Giving it pro white is mildly awkward. Drew a card. Oh baby, that's a nice draw. All right. Smash. Pro red. Oh, it's just gonna die. Okay. Pants, pants, pants. That would have been nice before to deal with that hero. Yeah, so you may scry. And they want 1 bottom, 1 top. Gonna absorb 5 damage here. Archon. Wow. So I could attack, trade. They get back Hero of the Nyxborn. I revoke it. I don't think I'm going to do that. Feels bad because it feels like the window is closing for us to be able to end this game in an effective way. Like if they draw a creature here, they can attack for 4 and then chump or trade. If we could draw an Ichthyomorphosis, that would be nice. Unicorn is something. I got someone in chat asking about how the exile trigger for Lannon would work. Yeah, active player, non-active player. So because it's our turn, their trigger of Archon was going to resolve before our exile trigger resolves. I think no attacks. I think we can kind of sit tight waiting for an enchantment. But perhaps I'm giving them too much time. They're holding quite a few cards, but looks like some number of them are lands. Like that. All right, patience paid off there. Going to game number 3. How much more can I go shields up? Flicker of Fate is nice as a response to Iroas's Blessing. Our X ones are just incredibly embarrassing against Wrap in Flames, but unfortunately we don't really have any better options. Maybe an Eidolon of Philosophy is okay too. Anything like maybe Prophecies out, Eidolon of Philosophy in. Revoke doesn't seem great. So why did I bring it in the first time? We saw a hero. Was that it? Feels like Flicker might just be better. Yeah, but this is not very good against blessings because they've already done their thing. I'm gonna give that a shot. Good luck to us. Okay. So we know they have Omen. I don't know if it's better to run out Leonin or Envoy. I think it's better to run out Leonin. Getting more power on the board seems better and something that I'd rather trade off. Ooh, wish I could cast that right now. Okay, let's just play Envoy and pass. This could be a blessing. Oh, it's a Scophos Maze Warden, okay. All right, I think we're just gonna jam Insight here. I recognize it's certainly not at its best. If I happen to draw exactly Flicker, this could be good. But I get to play Chimera anyway, which is nice. Okay. Gonna just hold up Flicker. I'm holding up Flicker in case they have Iroas's Blessing. Or I guess Fateful End, though Fateful End would really just make me replace the Insight. They're just attacking here. I kind of want to double block on the Courser. Seems good. Sure. What do you want to do for 4 mana? A hero, okay. But you must have... What is there for a single red? Infuriate? I am confused. All right, we'll attack with Envoy. Kind of want Lionfish here. With, again, the thoughts of them playing Iroas's Blessing being the biggest way that we lose here. The reason I'm not playing Leonin is because if they play a Blessing, they're going to play it pre-combat, so then I get the tap from Lionfish as well. Yep, no blocks here. I recognize that Leonin gives us an extra pip for the Chimera so that we can play it next turn, but this feels like Fateful End. Holy cow. That's backbreaking. Okay. It's probably game. I don't know what I can do about that. Could flicker something out from under this, but that's not really relevant. I'll let this resolve. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go with Leonin Eyes so that it can trade with the Maze Warden. I mean, the good news for us is it looks like our opponent doesn't have much right now. Speaking of not having much, yeah, now we're just stuck with a bunch of 5s and nothing to do, so that's going to do it. Real bummer of a run out here for folks on YouTube, but I think mostly some good games and some good lessons to be learned about play patterns with Daybreak Chimera in that first matchup. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Wish we could have gotten some more wins, but you know, what can you do? If you haven't already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give us a little thumbs up. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, let's pour one out for the Heliod's Intervention blowout and leave a comment in the comment section about that, and we'll catch you next time.